Hello everyone, welcome to this class. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful underbust corset top. So please stick to the end of the tutorial. This particular tutorial was requested by somebody on my WhatsApp group. So you also want to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime you have a new tutorial. And for our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. So thank you, and let's get started. Alright, so to draft the underbust corset top that we are drafting now, this is the parts we'll be using. So the measurements we'll be using, since it's an underbust, it started from the underbust, so we'll be starting our measurement from under the bust. So for this measurement, the underbust of the person is 11.5. So this is 11.5. That is where we'll be starting all our measurements from. The measurement is 11.5. So from 11.5 now, we'll mark out the waist measurement, which is 16. We'll mark out the hip measurements. So from the waist down, we'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our shoulder to hip is 8, is 24 inches. So these are the measurements we'll be using. Then we are going to extend the lines. Okay, so now that we have all our lines ready now, so this is the underbust line, this is the waist, and this is the hip line. So we can go ahead and mark out the nipple to nipple measurement, the bust pan, which is 6 inches. So we mark divided by 2, we mark the bust pan measurement down to the hip line. Then we'll connect the lines together. So we can go ahead now and impute our measurement. So the weight underbust of the person is 27 inches. Divided by 4, we have 6.75. The waist is 28 inches. Divided by 4, we have 7 inches. So for my underbust dart now, for the tightening of the underbust, I'll be using 1.5 inches as the dart on the underbust. And I also do the same thing. I will use 1.5 also on the waist. So you divide the darts on both sides like this, and you do the same thing on the waistline. Don't forget, we started our measurement from the underbust, so we are not using the bust measurement. So this measurement I have here, I'm just going to take it down to the hip line. So don't forget, what I use for the darts, I added it to our measurements. Whatever dart you are using, make sure you add it to the measurement. So I use 1.5, I added the 1.5 to our measurement. So from here now, our hip measurement, the hip is 36 inches. Divided by 4, we have 9 inches. Then we are going to be adding the 1.5 we are using as dart here. We'll be adding it back here as our measurement. Then we can connect all the lines together. So now that we have this measurement now, the length of the corset top we want is from the waist. I don't want it to be so long, so this hip line is just to have this shape here. So from the waist now, we are going to be stepping down by 5 inches for the length of the corset. It shouldn't be more than 5 inches below the waistline. The corset length should not be more than 5 inches below the waistline. So you mark it out like this. Then you connect the line together. So once we have this now, if you want to add your allowance on the side, you can just go ahead and add all the necessary allowance. So for me, I'll be using 1.5 as my side seam allowance, so I'll just add it here like this. But if you want to add it on the fabric, you can go ahead and just cut it out like this and add your allowance on the fabric. So now, since this is my corset length, I'm going to be adding my my joining allowance for this part. So for the M allowance, I'm using 0.5 inches. So I'm going to be adding the 0.5 inches since I'm adding all the allowance on the pattern. So this is and for this upper part, I'm also going to be adding 0.5 inches. So I have this now. Then we can go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so this is what the front is looking like. Then we are going to just go ahead and place it. You can use the same pattern for your back. So I'm going to be using the same pattern for my back. The back is not going to be having any zipper cut since the zip is going to be on the side. So this same pattern I use for the front is what I'll be using for the back pattern. There's not going to be any zip, and the measurements are just going to be the same thing. So I will use this pattern here now to cut out the fabric. So this is the fabric I'll be using. So I'm using a crepe fabric. This fabric is about 1.5 yards. So this is what I'll be using for the cutting of our underbust corset top. So now I'm going to be using the fabric as a lining and the main fabric. So I'm just going to be infusing stay into the fabric. So we'll just go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so this is what we have after I've cut out the piece on the fabric. So I've interfaced, I've put the interface. So this is the interface. So to join the front, this is the front piece. To join the front piece together, just place the center front, you place it on this, then you pin it down. I added 0.5 inch allowance for my joining allowance. So we have this here. You open it and also join this other side front to it. So you take this one to the sewing machine and sew. You do the same thing also for the lining part. So this is the lining part. I'm going to keep this aside. So for the back, when I was cutting the back, you notice that what we are following, the back does not have any joining. So what I did was I placed the pattern papers together and close it instead of separating it. So to cut the main bodies of the back, so I joined it together to have this full back without any seam line, since it's not going to be having that. So this is the main body of the lining of the back, and this is what we'll be using as the lining. So we are going to join the lining like we did for the front. We place the 3 pieces together and join them by the 0.5 inch allowance. So now to cut the structure in the front, we are going to be using this back piece that there is no joining on it. Now don't forget that our front and the back, we use the same measurements. So we'll be using this one as our template to get the structure for the back. So you're going just to get a plain fabric, a pattern paper. Let's do it on our pattern paper first before we transfer to the fabric. So you place it like this on the fresh pattern paper. Make sure there is space here, and also there should be space on this part. So we are going to be tracing this one out. Okay, so this is what we have after we've traced it out. So we'll assume that this is our full front now. Now on the side, don't forget I added 1.5 inches as the side seam allowance. So from here you mark the 1.5 inch. What we are trying to achieve is the structure in the front body. So the 1.5 allowance here, then I'll add another 1 inch. So from here, you notice that the structure is asymmetric and it did not get to this other side. We started from this side and did not get to this side of the bodies. So you're going to have this like this. So from here now, you can just bend your tape or your ruler like this. So So you just bend it like this. It's asymmetric in the front, so you can style it as you want. So just bend the ruler like this. Then from this point now, you can go up by 4 or 5 inches depending on how high you want it to be, but let's make it 5 inches. So we have this here like this, and from here, don't forget, from our waist we step down by 5 inches was how we got the length of our corset. So you can step down by 3 inches from this point. So now this point here, we'll be connecting it to this point. Just use a slight curve. So we connect this to this point like this, and also this, we connect it to the side front. So we connect this one also to the side front. So let me run us through again. We added our 1.5 inch for our side seam allowance. This is where it started. So this is going to be starting from this side and be stopping 1 inch before the side seam. So we step up by 5 inches and connect it to this part, and from the waist down we step down by 3 inches and we connected it to this. So this is going to give us the structure that is in the front. So let's label it up and the down part. So now we can proceed to cut it out and transfer it to the fabric, adding the necessary allowance. So let's say this is our front piece now. We're just going to be placing it like so. Then this is how the structure in the front is going to be. So I will transfer this one to the fabric, then add the interfacing. Alright, so I've used this pattern now to cut out the piece. So this is the main fabric here, and this is what we'll be using for the lining. So once you have this now, before we sew this one together now, because of the structure in front, so that this part will not be folding and bending, so that this part will stand up straight like this. So you're going to mark from this point, the 0.5 inch you are going to be using to turn it. So you just mark it down to the hem like this. Then you are going to place 3, you cut a sewable boning, a regular boning. So you place it here. It will stop 0.5 before the seam line here, and 0.5 on the down part also. So this is 1. You place another one, so you can make it like 3 regaining bowling. So you just sew it down here, then use the main fabric to turn it. So I'll just do that now and I'll bring it back. Alright, so I've turned all of the piece together. So this is the back piece, and this is the one that is going to be the main body, the one without joining, and this is the lining part. So for this part now, you see that the boning line is showing on the lining, and this is what the front body is going to be looking like. So once you achieve this now, and our front, so you place the front bodies like this. You place this one, the structure in front, you place it on top, side equal each other. Then you place the lining, you place the back, right side facing right side of this. So you place it together side by side like this. Then you are going to pin it down. Don't forget the allowance we added for the joining. So you are just going to run your stitches and join the side together. So this side you are going to be joining the allowances together. So for this side here, we are going to be putting the zip. So the zip is going to be on this side. So I'll just go join this side and fix this zip. Okay, so after joining the side, this is what I have. So the front, for it to hold this one together, we'll put a press button on this side. So we're going to just use the press button in order to hold it together like this. And this is what the back side is looking like. My zip is on the side. So thank you for joining us in today's tutorial. I hope you are able to learn something new. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.